I'm Nige.
I'm Anders. Again, hesitant with the introduction. I don't know what's going on. Um, Welcome to a cheeky extra. Yes, you join us for another flagrant opportunity just to indulge ourselves. Um, isn't that so?
Yes, yes. We've both picked tea or coffee or a beverage, and the other person doesn't know what it is.
Hmm.
And we've got a little bit of vinyl, which I see just behind you, but
Yes,
we'll talk about that later.
we will do in a sec. Yeah, absolutely.
So,
So,
what have you got? What have you got to drink?
we've done several recordings tonight just to preface this.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm not going to sleep tonight. I've got more coffee.
Okay. Okay. Got big on the coffee.
I've gone big on the coffee. I've done myself a cafetiere.
Yeah.
Okay. And I've used a brand of coffee called Kimbo. Um, this was inherited from my old man, who I think got confused with the metric system and bought way too much.
Right.
Okay, so there's our bag of coffee.
Oh, that's quite a big one.
That's quite a large one. That's 1 kilogram of coffee beans.
Wow.
Yeah, which I have ground uh, up to some extent. But there is still, half a packet. There's still 500 grams of coffee there after a couple of months of drinking it. Um, but it is very nice. It's coffee from Italy. Well, not from Italy. It's roasted in Italy.
Right. Okay.
Very smooth coffee.
Now, I've gone for a tea cocktail.
I can, right, go on. Yep.
Uh, it's been my well, I've been detoxing for a bit, so I've been hanging off the caffeine for a while, apart from when we're
Mhm.
filming. But caution to the wind tonight, and I've gone for it's Tesco's finest Ceylon tea,
Okay.
which I've got left over from one of our episodes.
Okay. And of course, you've added the
It's
lapsang.
tea
Of course, you
wraps
have.
up just literally 3 or 4 flakes of
A little
lapsang.
soupçon. Lapsang souchong. Yeah.
Yes, and it just transforms the tea. It's takes it to that other level. You got
Yeah, honestly, I discovered that when I visited a tea shop close to me in
yeah,
Poole. And they said add just a merest hint of it to Earl Grey.
yeah.
And I over egged it and didn't get it. But finally, I worked out how much you put in, and it just does give
It's
you.
amazing how little you can put in. I've been trying little and littler all the time. I thought, I'm still getting the hit.
It's such a punchy tea, isn't it? The
I
Lapsang.
know. It's incredible.
So yeah, that's what but I'm drinking coffee with milk in it. Milk
Yeah,
and
but
coffee.
when I just discovered this combo, I was drinking absolutely gallons of this, which is, yeah, wasn't good for me. Too much caffeine. Anyway,
Um, yeah. So
yes.
also
Is
me
that
also over my shoulder.
is that the police I can hear?
It is the
Is it a
police.
siren?
It is. They're coming for me. Um, Brigetta de Blanc, the police. Um, I don't listen to the police that much these days. I, I, I have issues with Sting.
Yeah.
I just think he's a bit up his own backside.
Whole
That's
group.
my issue with him, and
I,
I
I,
think that
I yeah. Forget about personalities in the. It's the
this is the
music.
problem. Yeah, it is, and this is the problem I have. I shouldn't be like this, but I do. But I've been listening to. There's a YouTube site called Drumeo,
Yes,
which I'm a
yeah.
big fan of. And Stuart Copeland from the Police has been doing a lot of stuff with them of late.
Hmm.
And it's just reaffirmed how much of a drumming god he is. I mean, I think he's exceptional. I think he's one of those drummers out there that is not truly original, but there is something
It,
that is
it,
outside of rock with what he does.
what I think he's particularly good at, he got because he's not a flash drummer. He's not a
No.
showy drummer. He does lots of clever things, but he does it in a very subtle way, and it doesn't detract from the song, but it adds a lot. If that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually was thinking about this. No, it was actually it was an interview with him on this channel, and he was talking about the fact that he had taken the influence. Actually, his influence was Topper Headman from the Clash,
Right.
who had been playing an awful lot of reggae beats,
Yeah.
which then he took on, but then made his own. There's an awful lot of twos and fours where you'd be hitting the snare and he doesn't hit them. There's an awful lot of hi-hat work with Stuart Copeland, which is far
Yeah.
more intricate. It's basically the placement of his notes. That's what makes him different, I think. And it is that kind of offbeatness that you
I tell
get.
you what it is. It's his the composition of his the drum track. There's a lot of thought gone into it.
Yeah.
Uh, it is, yeah, it is good.
Yeah, I think he's yeah, I think he's fascinating.
We've both done a little bit of drumming in our past, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
So
Which is
we
why
but anyway, let's talk about the track listing.
let's
What
because it really is. It's absolutely it's a side one, message in a bottle. Regatta de Blanc, it's all right for you. Bring on the night, Death Wish. And then side two, Walking on the Moon. On any other day, the bed's too big without you. Contact. Does everyone stare? No time this time. There's a couple of big tracks on there.
Yeah, that's the one that really broke them, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
That was it
Um,
Walking on the Moon, the one that was that their first number one?
I don't know.
I don't know, but it was from that album. It's one of the
Yeah, absolutely. So a message in a bottle or Walking on the Moon. I think Walking on the Moon is the bigger song, but
I can't remember. It
yeah,
was one of those. And they'd had a hit before. They had Roxanne, but that was not huge. Not
no,
huge, huge.
no. So yeah, I think all parts of the band, to be honest with you, are magnificent. I think Andy Summers on the guitar
Yes.
is astonishing. Um, SOS, his guitar work on SOS,
Yeah.
um, just beautiful. And I think he lifted that. Um, Before Andy Summers came along, Stuart Copeland and Sting were basically just a glorified punk band trying to do something a little bit more interesting. And then
Right.
um, Andy Summers came in and said, "Look, I'm the man you need to take you to another place," and he was. And Sting's songwriting is magnificent, even
Yeah.
though he is stuck up his own backside. So
Yes. Yeah. I think wasn't Stuart Copeland's dad? He was something, deputy director of CIA or something like that.
that's right. Yes, yeah. He grew up experiencing different beats. I suppose. I think he was born in Lebanon, if I remember correctly, or at a very young age was living in Lebanon. So he's
Yeah.
got a lot of diverse music there. Um, and yeah, Miles Copeland. Yes, and I think he's got a brother called Miles, which I you should never have named your son after yourself. That always sounds a little bit too
Yeah.
grandiose. Um, but his brother's also a musical producer, Miles Copeland, I think. God, this is picking yeah, my history is a little bit lax on this, to be honest with you. But um, yeah, but a fine band for the times, I have to say. And
Smashing.
listening to some of it is just songwriting is magnificent, guitar work is magnificent, and the drumming is just something else completely different. But like I say, inspired very much by Topper Headon, who we should not forget from the Clash, who was the first person to bring that kind of reggae beat to
Which
sort of.
I'm astonished because you got these punk bands. You had the Clash, these these young lads doing very complicated structures, and the
Yeah,
it was a punk band, but it wasn't
no, no.
because it had structure, it had melodies, it had well, you can argue all songs have the melodies, but just as a drummer or someone who's played in bands, and I've been very impressed with their uh, just their composition.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, really. I think,
I had to learn some Clash for a band. I was gonna There's a punk covers band,
okay.
and it was London Calling, and I can't remember the other song that was. But they were a lot harder than I thought they were going to be. Thought it was just going to be,
Yeah,
and
they're not, are
no, I'm very surprised. But this is how Spinal Tap is this, Anders. I got fired before the first rehearsal.
they? Oh dear. Oh, well, all the greatest drummers have been, you know, sacked at some point, let's face it.
Yeah.
I know I have been too. Mm. Ish. So, um, how's your tea going? All right? Is it all right
I've
there?
almost finished. It's just like I said, it's just
Yeah.
absolute nectar, this stuff. Oh,
Yeah. I think I'm done with my coffee. Very nice, very creamy, very smooth. Very nice indeed. But yeah, I've had enough.
no, you're going to be up all night watching telly now or doing something
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not, yeah, I'll be
or
all right. As long
decorating your
as I don't,
studio.
yeah. As long as I don't have any beer after this, I'm all right.
Mm.
Right. Okay. We're off. Um, Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Goodbye.